Hi, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Salento, and I wanted to do an update video for you today to show you what the progress that they've made so far down here in the apartment. We're going to start, and then we'll move on to the upstairs. This stage that we're at right now is one of the final stages that you'll see all of the roughing in. They're going to be plastering very soon. I think within the next week they'll be plastering over, so a lot of these things we won't see anymore. So I wanted to just give you a little tour on what they've done so far, and then you'll be able to compare and see what they've done after. So this is the courtyard. This property right here is the very small property that I'll tour at the very end, but I wanted to lead you in to the patio that's outside of the apartment, and that's the door to go upstairs, but we're going to go into the little apartment first. I wanted to show you what they've done out here. So they're running electric. They're running electric and plumbing up to the roof up there for the units that will be in the apartment over here. Because this apartment doesn't have its own roof, the roof for this apartment is our apartment upstairs. So we didn't want to use our apartment upstairs roof in case in the future we ever did want to separate these properties. We're going to leave them separate. So they're running tubing for lighting out here. All that electric is going up to the roof up there on top of that small apartment. And we're going to enter. Out here, they're putting piping for, I believe that's going to be doorbell, maybe a camera, and then there's more tubing for lights. We go into the kitchen, and they're running the new panel for the electric. It was over there, but they moved it over here to the front, and you can just see they're running everything in the walls, and all of this will be covered up. So this little nook area for the table, we are going to be tiling it. And right now I'm picking the tiles. We're getting the tiles picked for the floor and for the wall. So I want to make this something that's a little feature and stand out and be cute. So we're in the process of doing that right now. And we ordered the kitchens for downstairs and upstairs already. So we're going to have the refrigerator, the dishwasher, sink, washer, dryer, stove, so it's going to be really the cooktop and the oven and the microwave. And I'm going to take you in here. So yeah, this wall is really pretty. I'd hate to cover it with cabinets and electric and all kinds of things running up the wall. So that's all they're going to put down there. Just nice. So can't wait. They're going to put new doors. So that door and the window up top will be new. There'll be a new door down here. There's no room for them to do anything else because they can't really cut into this wall. Look at how deep this wall is. I mean, to see the size of it, it's like almost as deep as my arm, which is really deep. So they can't do anything with that, but that'll be enough. That's another access, another entrance that we have to this apartment. So I think I showed you in one of the previous videos, they found this in the wall. And they're going to use it to put the boiler in. They've run all of their electric. If you look on the bottom, and we're just going to have it look natural with just a little plate, and that's it, because I don't want to interfere with this. I mean, we want to keep this as pure as we can without having all kinds of things run in it. The AC unit, the aircon unit that does heat also is going to be over here in the corner, out of the way. And they have switches and things for outlets and switches. And here you can see the stone. So all of that will stay exposed. This is going to be so beautiful when they clean that fireplace up. They've put the faucets in for the sink, so there'll be a wall here. So they're running tubing that will be actually inside the wall, and all of that will be inside the wall also, because that wall will be servicing obviously the bathroom and the family room that's here, And we really want to put a television on that wall because I don't want to put it on any of the stone walls. So that's the wall we'll probably have the TV on, and because I don't want to mount it into the stone. So they need all the electric to go in that wall. And the shower they're going to have here, we're picking everything out, all the tile, so that'll all be ready for when they're ready. We'll be ready. And this will all get plastered. There's another switch, some more outlets, another electrical junction box, and tubing for the lighting in the corners. We're going to have the lighting come from the bottom and shoot up so that we don't have anything hanging from here, because we don't want to ruin this ceiling too. Everything's really coming along down here. Once they cover up all of these holes with the plaster and they get the walls finished, getting them ready for tiling and covering up the areas in the floor that need to get covered so that they can put tiles in, this room will actually be finished before the upstairs room will be, because this apartment is not getting in-floor heating. We're just using the air con units for the heating in here. The ceilings are not that high and the rooms are not that large. I mean, they're big enough for a living space, but they're not that large for heating. So we don't really need to have in-floor heating here. So this floor, once they cover all of this up and then the kitchen goes in, it'll be able to be lived in. Obviously, we need windows and doors too, but once all of that's done, then this would be able to be lived in before the unit upstairs. That's going to take us a little bit longer. So I'm going to go up there. I'll meet you up there. So we're outside the upstairs apartment right now, and I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what they've been up to. So from here, we'll go upstairs, and I think in one of the other videos I showed you that they are doing the tubing. There's going to be lights, alarm system, and those things added out here that weren't out here before. They're running switches and lights that will be able to go up the stairs to illuminate the stairs when people come in, that it'll be nice and really well lit. And so we decided that out here, before I go up into the main part of the house, this little patio that we have out here, this patio connects to the master suite. We're gonna call it the master suite. We're gonna end up probably tiling this with the same floor that we have inside, because that floor is able to get wet and not be too slippery. So we're probably just gonna tile that to make it all a little bit even. And so now we're in the kitchen. So we ordered this kitchen, and the electricians got together with the kitchen company, and now I'm gonna zoom out a little. They've been running all of the electric for the lights, electric on where the countertop will be, the electric for the kappa, which is the range hood. So we're gonna have a separate hood with nothing above it. It's just gonna be a nice, beautiful hood. More lighting, more outlets, another outlet, and the electric for the microwave. And then here, they're going to have the electric for the refrigerator. And I think we need to get a tube for the water because we are going to have ice. That is one thing I'm really looking forward to, is having the ice maker make ice, and I don't have to make it by hand because I always forget to fill up those ice cube trays. But yeah, so they have the sink that's ending here. There's the tubing for the gas, which will go and get run to the range here, and the cap will be right above, centered. So the stove is going to be here, and that's going to be 90 centimeters, which is huge. This panel, all of this tubing here is going to this access panel that's in the kitchen for electrics, because they need to do that. That's, I guess, the new code that they have to do. They can't just run it all to the main box. And on this wall, I'm not really sure what we're going to do here yet. Since the refrigerator is going to be over there, and this room is a pretty big room, and I really want a nice big table. So once the kitchen comes in, I'll be able to measure and plan exactly what I'd like to fit in this area, because I'm still just undecided. So out here on this little, we call this the mini kitchen off of the kitchen. They're running electric up the top for a range hood, just a vent, and that's going to vent outside, because when this is all built up, we're going to have cabinets here with a little sink there, and then that's all going to just be countertop with shelves underneath. We decided to do it that way to make it a little bit easier, and then to eliminate all of the cabinetry here, because the machines, the washer and the dryer are going to be, they'll be beautiful, pretty nice to look at. So I don't think it's going to be that bad to have it. I mean, you won't see it from the kitchen anyway. But I want to put a little grill there, just because we're from Florida. We were always grilling, and I really miss that. So we're going to have a little bit of a gas line run, and then I can actually have the natural gas that's in the house doing that. So we'll go here into the living room, and we're not putting doors on any of these. So obviously the bathroom will have a door, the outside will have a door, but going in between the kitchen and the family room and the kitchen into this little vestibule entrance area, we're not going to have a door. I think we're going to leave it open. I don't think there'll be that much of a difference with heating. We can always decide later if we'd want to add it. So in here, this is all ready. This is the aircon unit for this room. Even though we'll still have the in-floor heating in the summer when it gets warm and we want to cool it off a little bit in here, this is going to be a floor unit that we didn't want to cut up into the ceilings to do that. So they're running the tubing for the lights, the electric up there in the corner, if you can see it, for the electric window so that we can open and close that, because we really wouldn't be able to reach it. And they're running electric in there, because I do want to put a wine fridge and have a little like mini bar area and use that space up that's already been built into the wall. And the TV will go there. So also the fireplace. So once we get everything done in here and the floor gets put in and all of that's finished, we're going to be redoing this. I think I should ask him, right, what we should do now, because in case we need to do something with the base, or if they can, whoever does that can fix that up. But I'm gonna put that on my list, things to do. Okay, so we go into the hall bath, and they're getting ready, running electric tubing for the mirror, lighting. The shower will be over here with the shower, and we're gonna have that open so there'll be no door, easier to keep clean. And the toilet and bidet, and then all of this is all going to be closed up. So the plasterers are going to be coming and covering up all of these holes and these big holes. So they're gonna have a lot of work to do, covering all that up so that when it's all finished, it looks nice. Oh, and that'll all be covered with tile in there, right? So in here, up to obviously where the ceiling starts, and then up to the ceiling, all of that will be tiled to keep it nice and uniform and easy to keep clean. And this wall too, it's gonna look beautiful once they cover all of that up with the tile that we picked. So we're 99% sure. And even out here, so the tile will actually go out and match the tile that's in here, so it flows, and that tile won't be slippery. So in here, the master suite, so we're going to put a door on here, obviously, to close that off for heating and for privacy, cooling. when we put that on at night, we don't want that to cool the entire house. We just would want to keep the bedroom cool to save on the cooling costs. So they're going to take all of this off. And when the new doors and windows come in, we'll have some stairs that go down to be able to use this patio, because I don't think I want to keep walking through that way. It's a little awkward, and to be able to use this for if I need to put the recyclables out here, it's very convenient to have it outside. So we'll see how that works out, but I think I do want to have steps here. So, okay, here on this wall is the main electric panel. And this is easy because it's accessible from the kitchen, it's accessible from the bedroom, it's accessible from the living room, that in case the power goes out and it's dark, then I'll be able to find it easily, because I don't want to have to go far if we're in any of those rooms. So here they're going to be covering all of this up. You won't be able to see any of it. Over here, the outlets, switches, all the holes in the wall. I'll step back so that you can see, like, they've really got a lot of work to do. But they said it'll be done. It's probably only about a week away or so, so we're really excited. And we had them run the switches for the bed on either side of the bed for operating the window up above. That will be electric. And to have outlets there for lights and lamps and things like that, that we'll add. We need to charge our phones, right? So I'll show you that window. So that window's really high. We'd never be able to reach that. So that will be an electronic switch to control that. And we'll go in here. So more switches. In this wall, before we go into the bathroom, I wanted to show you this. So this wall here, I measured this wall. We'll see what size of a wardrobe unit that we can get on this wall, because this would probably be our own closet. Uh-oh. Say hi, Dennis. So we'll see, what size unit that we can have on this wall. And we're probably going to end up just filling those in, because they're different sizes. They're not symmetrical. I don't know how we could arrange it, but again, more in the planning stages. So I think a few things have changed in here since you've been here last. The tub has been outlined on the floor, and that is the plumbing for the floor spout. And they ran the shower pipes for that side, the shower pipes for that side. That tubing in the corner is for a light, so we're gonna have to get some wet lighting that's able to be in the shower, or won't matter. And we're gonna have them tile everything up to the ceiling. And this I really like, because then I don't have too much going on in here. I don't really want the wall to end and then have plaster, and then I have to deal with that up there. I would rather it all just be one complete wall, and it'll be easier to keep clean, it'll look nicer, and we're actually going to do the same thing on this wall. So just for them to do that little extra space, and it'll make the room nice and uniform. So they're ready with the drains, the sink, the faucets. The sinks will go right below, obviously. This is all going to get covered up, and then the tubing for the electric for the mirrors is up there. So we'll have electric mirrors that you can touch and have a light come on, which are nice. And the tubing up here for the bathroom light. So this I've showed you in a previous video. We showed you that they finished all the plumbing in here. So we're getting ready. Once they come in and they start, all of this is going to be covered up. And they're actually going to be shifting, I think. We'll see, to see if we can get that window just centered in the wall or not. Thanks for joining us today with this update video. Like I said, next week when the plasters come, we won't be able to see any of these things anymore, so that means we're making progress and we're really excited. So if you like this video, please click on the like and subscribe and share it, because the more subscribers that we get, it really, really helps us out. We really want to get to that 1,000 points. So if you could share it, and we really appreciate you sharing it with us today. Thanks so much. Take care.
Ciao.
Ciao.